What's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. The Suns up 1-0 on the LA Clippers, and they also find themselves as 5-point favorites, over-under set at 224.5 at the moment. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We do daily picks video not only for every NBA game, but also for MLB and my boy Logan, 3-0-1 yesterday. You'll love to see that. Subscribe to the channel. Only 300 subscribers away from 7,000. You guys keep helping us check off milestone after milestone every single day. So let's get after it. And shout out to our COS All-Stars, 86 of them. Shout out to the newest one, Ace Ramos. We appreciate you. If you want to become one, click the join button on the channel. But without further ado, we got Game 2 of the Suns versus Clippers matchup. Game 1 was a doozy. You saw Booker go absolutely crazy, and we went 2-1 in this game. In our first matchup, we had Booker over 29.5 points, about as free as money can get. I believe he scored 29 in the second half alone. DeAndre Ayton, of all people, cashed for us. We had his over in points plus rebounds. Pretty easy cash. And our last one was Macau Bridges, our one loss. We had his rebounds prop, and the man, it was a very, very frustrating one. We needed 4 rebounds out of him. Yeah, he had 8 rebounding opportunities. He didn't get 4. He got 1 rebound, just one more than you and I watching the video. What can you do about that? I guarantee you Macau Bridges goes out and puts up like 6 rebounds tonight, but that's just how it is. But today, I got some more player props and spreads coming your way. Where are we starting? We're starting with the man that went absolutely off in Game 1, Devin Booker, and we're taking his over 13.5 rebounds plus assists. And now if you don't have a rebounds plus assist line, because only certain books like FanDuel and BetMGM have this, although MGM has it as assists plus rebounds, same exact thing. But I would probably take his assists, especially if you have MGM. I mean, he's plus 115, but his assist line is a pretty good one to do. And why? I mean, you're looking at it coming off his first career triple-double, and he had 13 rebounds, almost cashing this line by itself in rebounds, and 11 assists. And sure, I can't imagine the Clippers letting him drop 40 points tonight. And maybe you can say, you know, they were letting Luka score a lot of points, Donovan Mitchell. This is the Western Conference Finals. They're going to at least make some adjustments. They're not just going to let him go balls to the wall and just shooting mid-range after mid-range, cashing him, getting to the spots he likes, and knocking him down. They're going to lose the game if they do that. And maybe they want to lose Game 2 so that they can go down 0-2, because that's where apparently they sit up in their gamer chair and they're like, all right, bet we're here, and we're here to win this game. But you look at it, maybe they adjust their pick and roll defense. They were not trapping, but I think they will trap today. Ayton feasted in Game 1 just off really just dimes from Cam Payne and Booker, and I think they'll want to clean that up. Like I said, he nearly hit this with rebounds alone. And I think the rebounds plus assist line is one of my favorites. The PRA line or his points line is still going to be good. I mean, it's 31.5, but I still think he has a good chance of hitting that. And, you know, he's going to have a lot of chances at rebounds. He had the same amount of rebounding opportunities as DeAndre Ayton with 15. And sure, he cashed 13 of those 15. So that's bound to go down. But still, the fact that he's normally guarding Nicholas Batum or whoever in the corner, and he's going to just get a lot of opportunities with Paul George, Reggie Jackson at the top of the key, shooting threes. Maybe they miss. The rebound will go to Booker. We're locking it in. Devin Booker over 13.5 rebounds plus assists. Arguably my favorite play of the day. Moving on, Reggie Jackson, the man we just talked about, over 26.5 points plus rebounds plus assists, minus 113. Reggie, he's been playing like an all-star. This really for the majority since Kawhi Leonard went down, and really for a lot of this playoff stretch, he's been playing like an all-star, and the Clippers need that to be competitive. Well, I'm not saying Reggie Jackson is an all-star. Absolutely, I don't know about that, but he has been playing like it, and he has cashed this PRA line in 3 straight games dating back to the Jazz series. And like I said, he's being more involved, active in the offense, and he's shooting a ton of shots with so much focus on Paul George without Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard will be out again today, which we still up in the air. It's like, who is Kawhi Leonard out for the series? Is he out for the season? What exactly is going on? Chris Paul also will be out again today. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but in Game 5 of the Jazz series, he had 27 PRAs. Game 6, he had 40. And then Game 1 of this series, he had 34 PRAs, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And that's very encouraging. And the biggest thing I like, and if you don't have PRA line, take his points at 18 or 19.5. You could also take his over 2.5 threes, which has been, everyone always mentions that, and Jay Crowder's threes in my comments. And I don't blame you for taking them. They've been pretty cashed for the last, 8 to 10 games. They've both been cashing pretty much every single night. But as you can see with Reggie Jackson, over 2.5 threes, it is very juiced. I believe it was like minus 160. And that's for good reason. The man is shooting a ton of shots. He's had 15, 16, and then 19 shots in Game 1. Paul George can't shoot that many in. This is a faster-paced series than it was, I guess, against the Jazz when he wasn't shooting as much. So you got a high-scoring game coming your way. Reggie Jackson should be putting up a lot of points, and he's going to be playing a lot of minutes, and I think he can get some rebounds, assists, and all of that. He can just pile it all in. put it in this duffel bag, and we're taking it. Reggie Jackson over 26.5 PRAs. Also like this one a lot. If you want to hit it, like I said, you could take his points total. You could throw him into a same-game parlay if you really want to. But I'll just take this as a straight play. Moving on to my last play of the day before we talk about my spread pick, what I think will happen in this game, as well as a couple other props that I was looking at. Macau Bridges, the guy that wronged us in game 1. We're taking it, but we're taking his over. 11.5 points, minus 134. I do not mind it at 12.5, but if you can get it at 11.5, much better. And so for starters, this is juiced, and I know it is, but the Clippers to try to contain Booker. We've already talked about it. Sure, they might let him score 30-plus tonight because it's Devin Booker. He's going to play 40-plus minutes tonight. He's going to shoot a lot of shots, but Ty Lue, he doesn't make a lot of defensive adjustments, but I think he'll make at least some, maybe trapping on the pick and roll, maybe a couple dumps offs to DeAndre Ayton, who then kicks it to Macau Bridges in the corner. That'd be music to my ears. I'd love to watch that happen. But you look at Bridges, he scored 14 in game 1, and he was crucial down the stretch. He caught a lob, made a corner 3. I think he had another dunk in the final couple minutes. So he scored a lot of points at the end, and it was a lucky cash if he had his over. But I don't think today will be lucky. I think today he gets it easily. He's hit this over in 4 of his last 5 games. And according to DFS Prop Bomb on Twitter, if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. Also, follow us on Twitter, too. We're at Calling Our Shot. Sometimes I post things on there, too. Normally, Logan's and I's play. We'll post them later in the day. But if Macau Bridges shoots 10-plus times, he has hit this over in 23 of 25 games. Yes. So the magic number we're looking for is 10 shot attempts. If he can get us 10 shot attempts, I'll live with the result, no doubt about it. Like I said, if he shoots 10-plus times this whole season, including the playoffs, he's hit this over in 23 of those 25 games. Today, without Chris Paul, someone else is going to have to shoot it besides Booker. I think they'll try to contain DeAndre Ayton, and that's why I'm taking it. I think he's got a good chance, and like I already said, a couple dump-offs. And plus, you got Macau Bridges. He's their best perimeter defender, so you know he's going to play a lot of minutes today, and that's exactly what you could expect for. Like I said, his season average is 13.5 on the season, so it's well below his season average. He's been doing pretty well. Like I said, he's hit this in 4 of his last 5 games. I think he's got a good chance. The shot attempts are there. He should hit this over pretty easily. Let's go, Macau. We're locking it in. Now, last but not least, my spread prediction, and I won't make this an official play because I don't really bet on spreads because, man, I hate getting backdoored on a spread or something of that sort. But gun to my head, I would say Clippers +5. You know, that's just a lot of points to give in a playoff game. And sure, they lost game 1 by 6 points, but they're pretty close, and they even came back towards the end of it. The Clippers, you can never count them out, so I would probably lean towards the Clippers +5, but wouldn't be surprised to see the Suns go up 2-0 in this series, which is exactly where the Clippers would love to be. I guess that's where they find their sweet spot. Now, here's a couple other props. Now, I would lean the under 224.5, although I did pick some overs in this game. I do think they might go under just because they scored so many points. I mean, they scored 234 in game 1, and that included 23s from the Clippers, another 13 from the Suns. I just don't expect that to continue, and it did require 2 large, high-scoring quarters. So you looked at game 1. They had in quarter 1, only 42 points. Then quarter 2, 69 points. Nice. In game 3, 75 points in the third quarter. Well, not game 3, third quarter, 75. And then they followed up with, in the fourth quarter, only 48 points. So if it weren't for those 2 big scoring quarters, which is always possible because, you know, it's the NBA, you never know what can happen. But it's always possible that they could score 69, 75, 80 points. But I think I would lean the under. I won't make that an official play. Just, I know people always ask for my opinion, so I'd lean the Clippers +5 and probably the under. Now, here are some other props I considered. Like we talked about with some Ayton. I would take it as this prop. I saw someone mention it in the Discord. Do not remember their name, but shout out to everyone that always helps out with the picks today. 8 assists, I would take as over, although 1.5, he normally does not hit that. It was like +160 last night. Now it's sitting at like barely plus value, but you saw him with 2 assists in game 1, and I do expect some traps and dump-offs, and then he can kick it. Now, he'll probably get a couple offensive fouls there. I can guarantee you he's just going to charge and ram into someone. That's probably going to happen. But, you know, what can you do about that? I would also consider his points plus rebounds line. It is sitting at 25.5 like we had it in game 1. I knew if I doubled down on DeAndre Ayton, he was going to hurt us, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hurt a lot of people tonight because that's what he does. He has a good game, and then he's like, all right, everyone, hop aboard, and then he just wrongs it. It's like he's playing for Vegas. They're paying him to just go out there and just sell people bad info. Also consider campaigns over in assists. I believe it has 6.5 like Devin Booker, but I won't be taking that. I'd also consider, campaigns under in points, 14.5, 15.5 seems like a lot of points, but I think he can get it done. And I also would consider Paul George under in rebounds plus assists. I won't make any of those official plays, just a couple things that you guys can take a look at. Like I always preach, do your research, make sure you're being confident in what you're placing on, and let's make some money today. Now, let's recap real quick. Devin Booker over 13.5 rebounds plus assists. Reggie Jackson over 26, and I almost said Reggie Bullock. Reggie Jackson over 26.5 PRAs, and Macau Bridges over 11.5 points. Those are my 3 plays of the day. Let me know your favorite play down below in the description. Or in the comments, I always say description, in the comments below. Also, check out Logan's video. I will link it right here. He's been on an absolute tear in the MLB pretty much all season. So go show him some love. He's been killing it. Like I said, he basically swept the slate yesterday, but he had a push in there, which voids basically. So we'll take that. You'll love to see it. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow for some more. We got games tomorrow. Finally, a day off. We had some games tomorrow. Bucks versus Hawks. Let's get after it. Go make some money today. Peace.